It's a surprise.
Yeah.
So I taught her during the second year of the diploma that she's in. Eventually, she chose to do projection mapping for her final year project. So I was one of the supervisors for that project.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you for guiding us through the projection mapping module and also through the final year project.
Yeah.
Our final year project titled Lao Tan actually involved dancers and also involved a poem recitation. Knowing to fill the space with content and also to get the audience immersed in this entire experience was something that I took away and something that I think will be useful in the future. Yeah.
She's a dancer as well. So it was a nice real-world application of the stuff that they learn.
Yeah. Where can we find jobs as a projection mapping designer?
So in Singapore's context, a lot of the projection mapping work comes in through event companies. Now with COVID subsiding, the event sector is seeing a resurgence in jobs in face-to-face events. And there is opportunity there. It may be in like specialty areas, like say with a arts group that might have a performance, like what you did for your final project. So those kinds of contexts require projection mapping applied in a different way, more for maybe as part of the narrative. And also moving forward, this whole area of virtual production, the way that they used LED walls to as part of the setup where they filmed the actors in different scenes. Whatever you learn in projection mapping feeds nicely into that because it gets you comfortable with both the technical and the creative aspect.
What is one piece of advice that you have for students who wish to pursue projection mapping in the future?
You have to be really self-motivated in terms of your learning because there's so much to pick up and there's no two jobs that are similar. So drive is really important along with grit. The final product looks really fantastic and stuff, but there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes that the audience doesn't really notice. Being tenacious, having the grit to work through any challenges that you face, being willing to engage your clients in conversations around like the why behind the what, so that you don't just launch straight into creating a piece of content. Understanding why they actually need that piece of content helps with the whole storytelling aspect. It's the IQ and the EQ aspect. So the IQ is on how you learn on your own, and then the EQ part is how you relate to the client, and the bridge in between is really having lifelong learning. Yeah.
In class, Mr. Francois usually walks around. Maybe there's like 4 to 5 different groups of 3. Mr. Francois will usually be walking around, checking on our projects and our process. Then he will come personally to help us. I really appreciate because he really comes down to the individual level and helps us improve on our projects and gives us proper feedback. I really learned a lot through the projection mapping module, especially also because we learned how to map on 3D objects. I didn't really expect to learn at the start, and I think that was really very insightful. I think I really enjoyed that module a lot. So what's the difference for you between teaching aspiring projectionists and actually working in the industry?
I think it comes down to learning how to think differently in the sense of dealing with students versus dealing with industry colleagues or clients. The biggest difference is learning how to communicate in a way that is accessible and also doesn't make the topic too intimidating.